why is self-care a myth? Because the funny part about you thinking that it's a myth, and you said it's a myth, is that people are just starting to hear the word self-care, and it's like, seems like such a wonderful thing.
Right,
and you're just pooping on it.
Yeah, which is
very, very surprising.
Right, perhaps it's the words self and care put together that are annoying to me, but I think that in graduate school, in my PhD program, we used to laugh about self-care.
Because
everyone would harp on us all the time, right? But then also be like, here's 20 hours of work plus another 20 hours of work plus your own homework. Have you done that research project yet? We have a 7 a.m. meeting. Don't forget to take care of yourself.
Right, so you felt like it was hypocritically laid upon you.
Yeah, it was
as
impossible.
Another to-do.
Or when I feel like sometimes we label things as self-care that are
hedonistic, for lack of better terms.
Yeah, or stupid.
How about how fucking nailed it with hedonistic?
Yeah, it is. We're hedons. I guess I'm not really in this room.
I was just looking. No, I was looking to give myself camera credit for saying hedonistic.
It's true.
So, you believe. So first of all, I don't agree with you because, number one, those people didn't care about you taking care of yourself. They were just saying it so they could say that they said it, but they didn't care.
No.
That's number one. Number two, you're right. Like when people go, I'm gonna go to a bar and get fucked up. It's self-care.
Yeah.
Right. It's not self-care.
No. Also,
I feel like what you're really saying is there's a perversion of the word self-care that's bad, but there is a self-care that's good.
Self-care is like something that should be ingrained in us all the time, and it's a routine. It's about the long game. Me going to get a massage once every 6 months is not self-care.
What is it?
A joke. It's nice, but it's like that's like an extra or like a gift to myself, right? But it's not like me taking care of myself is something like I think self-care is more like I get up or like make my bed or brushing my teeth. That's self-care. Like these little habits, these little pieces of the routine that we do.
Can't even get myself a massage. It's a joke.
For me, it is.
Why?
I love it. Don't get me wrong, but it's not. It doesn't help.
I feel like we're arguing over linguistics more than we're arguing over concept.
We are.
Okay, well then, why don't you, instead of shitting on self-care, why don't you give the massage thing a name that we can all get behind? I bought myself a massage. What's that? What's a healthy term for that?
A gift to yourself?
Okay.
So here's the thing. I'm not saying. What I'm saying is that self-care should be something that's like, you can't meditate once a month and expect to have results. You can't go to the gym once a month and expect to have results. Right?
I understand.
So you can't drink water.
But you're going past like let's put some things in. Okay, we're setting the table. Let's set the table, and you're saying, I'm like, here's the dish of self-care. You're like, that isn't a dish. It's an entree. Barely. It's really an hors d'oeuvre. It's like a 4-piece hors d'oeuvre, and it's not even self-care. What is it? It's self-gift. You gave yourself a gift. Okay? Let's agree on that. You're this way you don't sound so negative about it because there's nothing wrong with buying yourself a massage. It's just a gift to yourself.
I think that the true definition. I'm not shitting on self-care or taking care of yourself or getting yourself a massage. I'm shitting on how people label isolated events, and then we put all these expectations on that one massage. So we walk into the massage that we have once every 6 months or once a year and think that isolated incident is going to like solve all of our problems.
I love what you're saying, and before we do it, I'm going to get into your brain and say, you know how you told me that thing where you think 3 steps ahead? 3 steps ahead is saying what you think self-care is. We're not there yet. We're talking about what we think self-care isn't. So I like what you're saying a lot, actually. For the first time today, you're making a lot of sense. What? No, I just mean she hasn't made a lot. What? All right, so self-care. What isn't self-care is a gift. It's a nice thing. It's a gift. So once in a while, you give yourself a gift. Right? And if you call it self-care, you stand the burden of, or the chance of putting so much on you for that thing that it could go wrong. And then if it goes wrong, then then you're like, I can't care for myself. This massage sucked.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like sitting there with a big long cigarette holder and then an extra long cigarette in there and going, it was never self-care to begin with, honey. Right? Okay,
Yeah.
good. We're eating, except you don't smoke anything like that.
Mm-hmm. I wish I had like a long cigarette. I was ready for.
Okay, so there's that. Now, what you're intimating is, and I don't know, man, I think it's a fucking tall order, but what you're intimating is that self-care is changing unhealthy behavior.
Starting healthy behavior.
I don't like it.
You're right, it sucks.
Well, no, because I'm going to say something that I think you need to help with your goggles, metaphorically, put in perspective. So I have this where I'm a giver, mm-hmm. and then I give to everybody, and then I feel like a martyr, and then I'm angry, and then I'm empty.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden I go, why don't you do some self-care? Like, what do you want to do? And I'm like, oh, I want to go to a movie. Like, well, then take yourself to a movie. Mm-hmm. Or I'm going to go do what I want, play music.
Right.
Great, then go play music. What do you want to call that?
Wellness.
Okay. Weirdos.
And yeah.
No, I mean, if that's what you want to call it.
Also awareness.
Self-awareness.
Mm-hmm. Because some people don't even know, they label things as self-care, but it's arbitrary because they don't even know what the benefits are of it because they can't feel it.
See, what I think that you need to do to teach people about where you're headed mentally, mm-hmm. I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying I think you're shooting for the moon, and the way I like people to do what I think is best is instead of going, this is where you need to be, this is it, right here, what you need, here, mm-hmm. and then they don't, and then they become disengaged, mm-hmm. you need to go, look, you get this, or you could try for this, then mm-hmm. one day this, and then at the end of the day that. So what I wish we had is like a whiteboard.
I love whiteboard.
Is it whiteboard or wipe with a P?
White.
Okay, whiteboard. I have one in how advanced our office is, my full-time job. Mm-hmm. We have them all on our walls.
Yeah, I love a whiteboard wall.
That's what we have.
Lucky.
I've used it like 5 times.
That's it? When I do groups, I really get involved.
Yeah, I love it. It objectifies everybody's opinions. Mm-hmm. So if we had a whiteboard here, mm-hmm. what we'd say is self-care, mm-hmm. and then you said self-awareness, and then self-gifts. Mm-hmm. What else is there? Self. Is there any others?
No. I also
think you know that there's no others.
Well, I don't know.
Okay, that's a better answer, because if we start meandering and going through it and you're going to go, that's not any of those 3, mm-hmm. then there is another one.
Of course.
So let's not close the door on the
There's also
labeling.
Like basic fundamental human needs.
Well, that's the Maslow hierarchy, but that's not in here.
It should be.
No, it isn't in the discussion today of mm-hmm. the myth of self-care.
Right.
Because what you and I are doing is we're breaking down the strains of self-care mm-hmm. and putting them into more appropriate categories. Because we started out with the most perverse example that going into a bar and getting fucked up isn't mm-hmm. self-care.
Right.
What is it? Self-delusion?
Well, I think it's a distraction.
Gotcha. Hold on, I'm making sure that I can see if we have any
I think it makes
viewers.
Anything that alleviates discomfort is something people are more drawn to.
Do you want to know what isn't self-care?
What?
Having a sundae.
What?
Like eating an ice cream sundae.
Is not self-care?
No. But people do that. I'm just saying, mm-hmm. I thought you'd jump on that. Like, right. Yeah, it's not. If people jump on that, I'm going to take myself out to dinner. I'm like, is it self-care?
Mm-hmm. No, because you have to eat.
Right. What about if they buy themselves a gift? Is that self-gifting, like we said? What did we say?
Self-gift.
What were the 3 we said? Self-care.
Self-awareness. Self-gifting.
Self-giving yourself gift. That's like a massage.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So you're saying the ultimate self-care is a change in behavior.
Right. And they can be really small things.
I think that what you're saying that most people do is they change self-care to self-indulgence.
Right. Yes. It's not sustainable. So we have all these things.
I was doing a claw with my hand. Okay, so indulgence is not self-care. That's what we've learned. What? I was doing
I wanted
claw.
to go, ooh, the claw.
Oh yeah. So self-care is not self-indulgence.
Right.
There's buying a gift to yourself.
Mhm.
There's giving yourself self-awareness.
Mhm.
And but ultimately, in your bottom line, is that self-care is finding something in your life that needs attention and a change in behavior, and applying a change in behavior on a regular basis.
Mhm.
That's what you call self-care.
Right. And it's more proactive than reactive.
So what does that mean?
It means that sometimes, for me personally, getting so worked up to the point where I just have to leave without any plan. I'm just like, I gotta go do something. I don't know what I'm doing. I'm gonna go drive around in my car. That's not as helpful as me doing something before I get to that point consistently to take care of myself so I don't get to that point.
All right, so this has been the myth of self-care, and I would love to see some conversation about it.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna end the stream and hope that we will have a conversation, and then we'll do another stream about the conversation.
Follow up.
I'll follow up. We might stream more, but I just wanted to end this discussion. It's a little segment. Here I'm getting up, and then I am